Yeah. It's your boy Polo the Swag King, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Polo's POV. Where if you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. And then I fucked up this shit, letting you know I'm going live. And that's how I like to do it. I like to surprise my guests. If you're messing with me, you're messing with the best. I got my homie up in here. I call him my grandpa. I call him the OG. And he got a whole lot of other credentials that I'm saving for the mix. But he ain't said shit yet. Like he waiting on me. You hear him laughing, but he ain't said shit. Yep. What's happening? I got the homie Billy B. I'd say... that might be a good thing. I missed that last guy. I gave your whole name.
Yep. Hey, y'all, we did the first podcast, and we talked 35 minutes before we realized we wasn't
doing shit.
And hey, our views have probably changed since we done gone through it.
We apologize.
Yeah, we just are smart tonight.
Man, we need some more applause though. We getting a crowd applause, and now we can't hear that shit. They'll let me know it was fucked up. But shout out to the OGs.
Mm-hmm.
We got kids in the bed. We got people that need to be fed. And we got people that need to be ducking the feds. I put that together because you know I do a little rap shit on the sleep.
Hey, ducking the feds. I like that.
Hey, look, I'm just getting them in a good mood before we hit them with that real shit.
Well, you know, we started off the other podcast different.
Talk your shit.
Did you hear about the 19-year-old that in the, I believe it was Utah National Guard, just got caught one releasing top secret information?
I heard some shit about that, but yeah, they released it on the gamer site or some shit.
Yeah, but you know, they ought to like that.
That's the same topic? It was on some gamer shit? They released it on the
same
like top, but at the same time, how the fuck our government that's getting all this money off our taxes out let that type of shit happen?
But you know, because it takes a while for it to get uncovered, but the FBI checks on all these people with top secret.
But that's what I'm saying. How you let a 19-year-old get, and then my understanding when motherfuckers do that, they go hire him. They gonna lock him up and hire him. They gonna be like,
you know where they gonna lock him up? They gonna put him in Leavenworth, and they're lucky and he gonna be making big rocks into little rocks.
But this is what I'm saying. From my understanding, what they do with people like that, like if you can hack into our shit, apparently you're pretty good.
No, he didn't hack into it. He stole it and was trying to be the big guy.
But he was how old?
19.
But how he get a hold to our shit at that?
Because he had the security clearance.
Why? That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, because when I was in the service, it was less than 400.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You OG in that shit.
It was 400,000 of us all across the U.S. that had top security.
That motherfucker must have had a crazy ass GPA.
And he had
I don't see how you 19 years old and got government secrets. I don't see that.
I was 17 years old and had them. But it's cool.
I don't see how you did either, motherfucker.
I don't either. But he gonna spend the rest of his life in prison.
Why don't you just hire the motherfucker back and slap him across the head, bitch? You better not never do this again.
But you know,
but you do know that. What you know about this? Because now you make me think about that type of shit. They hold conventions.
Oh yeah.
And then the top hackers.
Yep.
They hire them. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
all right, but when I was in, there was 400,000 U.S. wide that had a top secret security clearance. Today, as of when he got, they had 1.35 million. That's too many. We got 2 lakhs.
And then there's too much shit going on everywhere.
Plus,
but let's just make sure. See, I'm clipping like a motherfucker. I'm back that bitch up.
Plus, you over here in the Air Force, let's say. I'm over here in the Army. You might need to know. It's a need to know on the top security.
Let me ask you this.
Now, you couldn't come read my stuff.
What's the hardest branch of the military?
What's the hardest branch? One can't do it without the other.
I just ask you something.
But, in my opinion, it would probably be the Marines.
Hell no. I ain't saying you wrong, but I'm saying I thought that was the hardest. To me, when I was growing up, they say the easiest branch was the Air Force.
Oh, I thought you said the hardest. Easiest.
Oh, I did. I might have did. Yeah,
I
the
agree.
Easiest. I might have did say the hardest.
I tell you, one of the craziest.
But yeah, Marines. So I might have did ask you the wrong question. That might have been.
I respect the people that in them Navy subs too. I couldn't stay up
I
underwater.
know motherfucker. Look, watch this. I know motherfucker in the Navy. That motherfucker can't swim. He said, as soon as that water touched my nose, he said, if he listen to the podcast, he gonna know who the fuck I'm talking about. He said, man, I've been in that bitch 12 years. He said, Polo, I still can't swim. And I'm like the same way. Like, I know, my wife, man, my wife can float like a damn dolphin. We done been in resorts and shit. And motherfucker done stop the neck and say, how do you do that? She said, I don't know, my grandma taught me or some shit like that. Put me in that bitch. I do just enough not to drown. That's all I can do. I ain't gonna drown. I tell the motherfucker in a minute, I ain't gonna drown, but I ain't no Michael Phelps either. But I do just enough. And look, we was in what the fuck we was? Maybe Orlando somewhere. We was in this little bullshit, and they got us out there. They got the little grill, and man, they had. I swear to God, Billy, you can buy toilet tissue, laundry detergent, a cooler on the property. They had like a convenience store on the property, but you walk out that bitch, they had the pool, they had the other little shit, and then we had, because our building was right there, we had a separate building. It had a separate pool, and she was out there bitch trying to teach me how to swim. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But anyway.
But, to get back to your service question, I don't think one branch is toughest, maybe the Marines.
When I was growing up, they said Air Force was the easiest, but now I think.
But one can't do it without the other.
Right. But I'm saying, and then I think the IQ test for the Air Force now is so high. Because they said a penny can drop in your cockpit and you can't stir that motherfucker, you finna crash up. Every how many $1 million plane.
But also, you got the nuclear physicists in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty brilliant.
But I will say this, while we're talking about military and shit like that, shout out to my brother, R.I.P., but he was in the Army Reserve, and that's why I try to tell him, like, a lot of people, when they think of military, they think they're going to be out in the front line shooting. You might be the ammo guy, you might be the cook, you might be the supply mission.
Don't mess with payroll people.
See, we don't hear about that kind of shit.
But
but my brother did a pretty good bid in the military, and I know a lot of his friends did too. And I think all of them went off. Mm-hmm. And then he put 4 girls through college too. So.
Yeah, but everybody, you got people that do everything in the armed forces that they do in outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And no one person, you can't do it without the other person.
Right. I agree. No man is an island.
No. You need the Navy to haul the stuff to you if it's overseas. You need the Air Force to fly it to you if it's close by.
Oh, boy, you talking that shit, huh?
You need the Marines to protect all of us at all these ports. You need the Army to go.
And then let me talk about it on another scale, because people, we're just going off the fly.
Mm-hmm.
People ask why. Oh man, we got people starving here in the United States. We got this going on here. Why they sending all this money to Ukraine? And me personally, I know exactly why they doing it, because we got a walk and chew bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
We like these 90% of that shit made in China, and China don't really like us like that.
Nope.
But hold on, let me finish my point, and I'm gonna get your input on it. And we sending all this shit to Ukraine for one, Ukraine borders one of the countries that's in NATO.
Right.
And if they cross that, then we ain't got no choice but to fight. But you got big China over here. They funding Russia on the slick. This is what's going on right now. And people don't look at it on a political scale because they feel like, oh, if it ain't touching my front door, but they don't realize how much of our goods and shit coming from overseas.
But another thing is, people in the United States there's very few that know the hardships of war in their country. We had had a battle in inside our borders since the 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
That's over over 200.
Hold on, let me cut you for 1 second, because I want to say this. A lot of people think, oh, we go get him. The only reason, I'm gonna see if you agree with this. The only reason we haven't gotten invaded, because everybody around the world knows you ain't got to worry about just the military. You got to worry about the gun owners and the homes.
Yep, but
and them motherfuckers will take arms, and then you got another problem.
U.S. has more arms
than any country,
public hands in any country in the world.
I know this.
And then they got, and when you invade the U.S.,
they wouldn't if not if they're smart.
Not if they're smart, but if they did, they go.
Once again, I think they need to drop.
Yep.
These are my views and my opinions. This do not represent any publisher or platform that carries this podcast.
But when they invade our country, you got old veterans that don't. Hey, I'm 65 years old.
Man, I'm gonna put it like this. Watch this. DJ had some shit. He had the fish. And they shit over him. He got some couple of fish out the one at the house I had in Ellerville.
Yep.
And they shit and do this, and then run through this, and then that fish trace, the fish shit grows the plant.
Yep.
And so now he got fish and meat, and it's just one system. And I told him, I said, man, I want the same thing you got. I told him straight, I want it never happened, but
yep.
But that's why you. And then I noticed another thing in his house. Come out the bathroom, gun right here. Move this way, gun right here to protect his house.
Yep.
And we the only country. So I don't see nobody invading us, period.
No, I don't, and I don't remember what doctrine it was, but it
Then I got a couple around them motherfuckers, and I'm a gun in back city. But I do think the NRA got too much power. They putting too much money.
Just like your gun control people have too much power. Leave us alone and let us have our constitutional rights, and it'll work out.
But what we gonna do about these school shootings and these killings, bro? Like, okay,
people kill, not guns.
But let me ask you this: so, would you like your chances against a revolver? Or a motherfucker that's letting out 32 rounds a second?
Revolver. Because that M16 round, when it goes in, it splits and it tumbles.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about, if somebody shooting at you close range, what would you like your chance? I'm put it like this.
A revolver.
Yeah. Because
it's only one handgun I'd hate to be shot with. No. And what's that, them Saturday night specials, them little 25 calibers?
I don't know, but just look at them if I'm going to give me one.
But the round is so light.
Whatever you think you scared to get shot by, I'm on one. Not saying I'm going to shoot you with it, but
just like a small caliber round doesn't have enough velocity because
it bounces.
And it bounces and it splits and it
goes off. No, it'll shoot you in the foot. That bitch might end up in your heart.
In your heart.
Yep.
Basically, I mean, that's a little far-fetched.
Fart on my bed, what was that?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
I ain't farting no here, man. If I farted, you around everybody.
Matter of fact, I said it wrong. That's your bed. I don't give a fuck.
But
we're running a good time, though.
But,
we actually running time, though.
Yep.
Let's shake it off.
All right, let's do it. Rolling dice.
Do-do-do, do-do-do. I think that's the button. I might have hit the wrong button.
Who cares? I'm technology challenged. I can't even
You ain't clipping though. I'm kind of sort of clipping. I need to back them up for good.
Well, when we get off our butt, get our stuff set up.
Oh boy, y'all go. Let's talk about that. And then futuristic. Oh, we just recording off an iPad right now. But man, I got have you ever looked in that cone?
I don't ever go in your room. That's Polo's room, not mine.
No, I'd like to call her a bitch. I like to say, hey, once again, that's a drop. I like to call her.
But,
that's my baby room, too.
Yeah. But
that's a big ass room, too. I mean, you know how much spaces in that bitch? You don't know till you get lost.
Well, I help carry, when we put the computer and stuff in there, I help carry it in. Remember, help move stuff around?
Yeah. But it's going to be a beautiful setup. And then when I'm thinking, the end game, once I get it set up for like this recording and all that, everything, everybody think they're a rapper.
Rap on? I'll sit back and
laugh. Nah, we ain't gonna say shit. We just gonna record them. They go take that shit wherever the fuck they want to take it.
Yep.
And we just gonna record you, produce you right, and that's gonna be the side hustle.
That'd be good.
And when them boys get old and want to get off their ass, they gonna have a lawn care business. Cause we got all the shit for them to do it.
Yep. But
just on some other shit, man, on another level.
But you got to sort of make it seem like their idea and they get off their ass. See?
I know one thing. Them motherfuckers upstairs, all they give a fuck about is money. They don't give a fuck about nothing.
That's true.
And they don't give a fuck about the daddy or none of that shit. I don't know. They might. But I do know the percentages because I switched it out. If I take my truck to work and ain't nothing left out there but the Stratus,
he'll find a way to work.
Exactly, but now if the truck out there
or the car,
watch this. Hey, Dad, you mind if I use? He'll send me a text, then he'll call me. So
he wants,
and then I'm gonna tell him the same thing. Man, put my gas back in, and I love you. You know what I'm saying? So he already know what it is every time he.
Yep.
But like I said, that's the point. And like I told him. Don't forget your fucking car. And I'm proud of him now. Yeah. I ain't finna knock him at all.
But you raise your kids at a certain
point. I think I got a whole team. I think my team.
But what I'm saying, at a certain point, you got to start letting go and letting them making their mistakes. Because if you correct them and give them everything, they ain't learned it.
I work with them. Yeah, I understand all that. But it's my thing is, I just hope when I'm too old and I can't vote, I would hope they show me the same courtesy. They may or may not. I don't know. But now me, the way I play the game, I'm gonna make sure I'm straight anyway.
Yeah, but just like me, I'm straight, but the doctor won't let me live there.
Well,
they learn it from you too.
And then that's another thing too. That's what I'm learning. This world done changed so good and so bad. And it's just, you gotta roll with the punches. Yeah. It might benefit you, it might not. But if you looking at it from a love, like me, I'm gonna be real. I don't even give a fuck about me no more. Only thing I give a fuck about is my wife, my kids, and my family. That's only, because me, I done did it all, done seen it all. I'm done with that shit. It ain't really too much I'm trying to do. But I can't be on this. I ain't saying like this level. This, what purpose does it serve me if the people around me don't eat?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I look at it on a different spectrum.
That's why you're supposed to look at it.
And I just want everybody around me to be happy.
I don't care if they're happy or not. I want them to strive for happiness and strive for excellence.
God damn, you said
life ain't always happy.
But I don't want people around me unhappy because guess what? If they unhappy around me, they gonna make me unhappy eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I didn't say depression now. I said unhappy just like
that. Yeah, but I want all my people to be happy. I want them to know That's what pissed me off. That's what pissed him off. And then at the same time, I know it. But, and no bullshit, like, to be straight up and honest, these motherfucking kids, man, these motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about nothing.
Nope.
I swear they don't. They don't give a fuck about nothing. It's just...
But don't forget, that was you about 35 years ago.
I do remember that, too, though. Absolutely, I do.
But what we do as a family is give the kids a responsibility to let them learn, and they do a little bit.
I think they understand what's going on, because
I'm
pretty sure they go to school and they have friends that's not as. And then it's one thing, I don't want them to know it, but at the same time I want them to know it if it makes sense. They privileged like a motherfucker.
They are.
They can't. Because there's some families, they can't up and just say, I want to do this and do that, and then it happens for them.
But you know, some families got the stuff, but they'd rather spend the money on drugs, and their kids are not made, wearing bad clothes. That's the ones I feel sorry for. The ones that's got the parents, that's got the means, that is not managing their, I guess managing their money is what right.
They ain't managing shit, got that kid. But this is the way I look at it. And you absolutely right on what you just said. The way I see it is, it's like, if you got the means, you can't be out in the beach in, I don't really wear none of that shit, but let's say you can't be out there, bitch, in a Jordan hoodie, Jordan sweatpants, Jordan shoes, and then your kid over here looking like they should be on one of them commercials you see late night.
Yep,
with the fly fan on their face and shit. Like, that shouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I ain't gonna lie, I jump for, because now with me, I got younger kids. You know, Bryce buying his own clothes. A1, cool. If that nigga, he ain't gonna ask me for no help. But if he did, I'm in his corner. Same thing with his car. We're still waiting on the bill for his car. And I'm putting a little too much of the business out on the street. But we ain't clipping. But this real talk. That's what this really supposed to be about.
But you know, that's just like we was talking about. I think it was on the, what's wrong with the United States is the failure of the family. Yeah. And it takes a tribe to raise a kid.
I agree with that.
Because if somebody gets on your kid, you might give them the evil eye somewhere out of another door, but when they get home, they gonna wish they hadn't have done that.
Man, when I growed up, you get your head whooped at the neighbor house,
and I hope they didn't.
And then if your mama like you get your head whooped by her, and then when you tell your daddy about it, you get your head whooped by him.
Yep.
Well, that's how it used to go.
You know, but that was a tribe raising the family. We're missing.
It takes. No, we ain't missing shit. It's just a lot of people missing because it ain't that family based.
That's what I'm saying.
You got teenage girls, and I ain't gonna bullshit. I ain't even talk to them about it. And shout out to my wife. My wife been telling these boys, hey, if you be out there doing that shit, this what you need. You have one in your wallet all the time. And then I already told you.
After about 2 weeks, you threw that thing
out. Look. This is what I done told him.
And he raised no grandkids.
So don't think that.
But you know, I tell the boys.
Now, I don't know about the other side of the family. What they? I'm not doing I'm telling my mom. I'm telling my mom go tell me right now. I said, Mom, don't you want to see your grandkid? Terrell 6, right? Mm-hmm. And you know my mama, right? Mom, don't you want to see your grandson for the night so me and my wife can go out? Yeah, bring him on. And bring some money with you. And she don't raise her kids.
Yeah.
She got a dead son. She got 2 more that's fully grown.
Yep.
The fuck she need? And now I tell them, like, bro, I'm done with y'all motherfuckers. Y'all treat me bad all the time. I don't want no more of you motherfuckers.
Yep.
And then you probably, I would guide you.
Yep.
But now I ain't gonna lie, my wife, but I'm telling you ahead of time. And then if you fucked, it'd be different if I didn't tell you.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Man, you can't tell them too much.
Yeah. Well, shit.
One mistake is all it takes.
And I said the worst thing you don't want to be a kid trying to raise a kid. But boy, that's a good case, ain't it?
Yep.
They be filled and everything. Look, it flipped back.
Still look at there. Look at there. We're still going.
That's a badass case, huh? Something fell, though. Now there goes that. Look, so I can. Okay. I told you this ain't no bullshit.
No, it ain't.
It's an iPad Pro.
But I
don't even know how to put that bitch in because I don't never use it. But look, I want to talk about this too, though. And this is gonna be a sticky one now.
Uh-oh.
What you feel about the Trump situation? Honest opinion.
Honest opinion. All politicians are fucking crooks.
That's a smart answer.
But
you think he's guilty or not?
I think they should leave the shit alone.
Okay.
Why charge somebody with a felony? Because listen to me.
I'm listening.
It's going to cost him more money for putting his and that girl's yeah.
Talking Stormy Daniels chick.
It's going to cost him more money.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, she's an ugly bitch. But it's going to... Who would give up?
But she was a porn star. She couldn't have been that ugly now.
I'm just saying. I fucked you and I didn't want to get it out. I gave you...
But you...
Hold
on, Bill. You making me get... I'm going to let you go, but I give him no drop.
All right.
First of all, everything is allegedly. Don't nobody know the truth. And this is Polo's POV featuring Bill. And this don't represent any publisher or podcast that carries platform. I'm fucked up. I gotta say it over.
No.
That this don't represent this just Polo's POV.
All right, let's get it down on our terms. That man's got too much money. It'd be like us.
But now I want to talk about she ugly bitch. You think you fucked her?
Who cares?
I don't give a shit.
Hey, that's between him, his wife, and her, and the good Lord.
I think his wife dead. I'm pretty sure Melania Trump is dead.
No.
She fell down a flight of stairs. That's what I thought. Google it real fast.
No, his wife...
When the last time you seen him?
She's hiding because of the shit she's pissed off.
No, and then I'm pretty sure Melania Trump is dead.
I don't know that.
I could be right. Google it.
All right, let me find my phone.
Is Trump's wife dead? I ain't got my phone now. But I'm pretty sure she fell down the flight of stairs and then turned to injury, and I thought that was weird too, because the word was when he got presidency, she would go delete him, divorce him. I gotta give another drop. I gotta make sure my drop right, cause we talking about some other shit now. These are my views. It don't represent any platform or publisher that carries my podcast of Polo's POV. But yeah, look at that. She ain't dead. Mm-mm. Where did I get that information from? Where do you? I'm telling you, I thought she. I don't know why I think that. Melania Trump.
No, I'm looking at right here.
Did she die?
No.
She's still alive.
Yeah. All right, let's get this down on our terms because they are so rich and so famous and all this. It'd be like me going out and cheating on my wife, and she gonna go tell my wife.
You wouldn't do it.
I think it would be like.
Get yours on.
All right, I handed her $300. I would say, "Hey, bitch, leave my wife alone and leave her out of this." What's the difference of that and what Trump did? It's just on a bigger scale. Hell, if he fucked her, and if he says he did it, I'm proud of him.
I mean, you make it sound good the way you say it, but you can't do that if you trying to run for president. Like me and you
I didn't say he could run for president. He's a man.
And that's what they try to charge on. They saying this shit.
I don't think that any jury in his right mind would convict him.
Okay. You want to bet on that?
Yeah.
I got $20 and 20 push-ups.
All right.
Bet. If he get convicted,
all right,
you owe me $20 and 20 push-ups. If he don't,
Deal.
But they got 34 counts though.
34 counts, and they're gonna drop about half of them before they go to court.
Hey, you think if you get convicted of one now, that's our bet now.
Yep, just one.
Yeah, and then watch this. Watch me put a. Hold on, look, I got a conspiracy sign. I think it's this one. Let me put a conspiracy.
All right.
They might convict him, whether he right or wrong. Right. Just so they can say, this the first president, ex-president that been indicted and convicted.
And you know what?
But I ain't even gonna worry about it either way. That 20 push-up, we'll take it somewhere and we just eat.
Yes, but what I'm saying is,
I want them goddamn push-ups. I ain't worried about the money.
But let's go this way. If it wasn't for them trying to ruin that man with all the impeachments while he was in and the yeah, I'd think something about it.
Okay, well, let me watch this. That's the information you got. And ain't nothing about trying to ruin him. That the case they got on him notice it's in New York.
Yep.
The man staying in Mar-a-Lago in Florida.
But he lived in New York.
But that's what I'm saying. The case they got in New York, they prosecute this case all the time. Like, whether he president or not, don't matter. Whatever they seen or whatever they found. And there's one thing I know about this. If a motherfucker indict you and arrest you, it ain't on no bullshit, bro. That's what I'm saying. They got something there.
Yeah.
And you might beat it, but they not go spend watch it. Hold on. R. Kelly, Chicago, he got like 20, 35 years in New York. He got to go back to Chicago, Minnesota, Milwaukee, some shit like that, then back to Florida. Chicago said, we ain't even prosecuting. He already got a nigga like 45, 50 right now. He's serving that for y'all. We're not even finna waste the taxpayer dollar. And they don't even want to deal with it. But I do know this. And I know a lot of people fuck with Trump. And trust me, I know a lot of motherfuckers. He's a man, one thing, he did keep the gas prices down. But what I'm saying, you don't get indicted, arrested, and all that if they ain't got something. And you might beat it, you might not, but they got something. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And I'm curious, and I ain't gonna bullshit you, but I think Trump in the wrong league. He don't need to be a politician. He really need to be a comedian. He the funniest motherfucker ever to me. Because he say, all these charges, but it's 34. So what you saying, look at it on the different side.
Yep.
You saying a prosecutor or a DA risking his career, all the shit that he done worked for to just hear the flip side. Just listen. Mm-hmm. Hear the flip side. He doing all this just to throw one man through the cross. I don't think nobody risk their career and all that shit.
But this is
and then if he beat out 34, it'll be a technicality. Somebody didn't find it right. Because he got lawyers too. But guess what? It's draining money. But I'm going to tell you what, go fuck Trump. And I'm saying this live. I'm not even going to do a drop. This will go fuck Trump. He borrowed money from a couple banks overseas. But all the businesses he got, they don't account to the money he borrowed from the banks to the businesses he got. He got too many businesses from the banks he got. And look, I told you that right here in your bedroom. I'm telling you, watch. That's what's gonna get him fucked. And because this money you bought it from the bank, where this money going? It's supposed to be tracked. He got too many businesses, but you only bought a couple. Well, he bought like two. I can't remember the exact numbers.
But he's been bankrupt 3 times and always came back.
But that's what's gonna kill him.
Yep. Because
the money you borrowed from us and you still owe this to us every month. And they got documents. This the bank. Overseas or not.
I believe a lot of this shit going on now is totally political. That's what
he's telling me.
He's gonna get. Good chance he'll get convicted, but it's actually going to hurt the political.
Why would it be political though?
Because they don't want him back in as president. You look.
Who is they?
The liberals, the LBQT, and all them people don't want Trump back in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How did he get out of there though? He lost the vote.
Yep. I think.
Let me ask you this. How did he lose the vote? Because it was a voting process.
Well, some people say...
Oh, I got a good one for you, Billy. We ain't got no few seconds. I got pissed so bad, but I'm holding it.
All right.
Because we got a good conversation going.
But...
what you think about January 6th and who started that and why that's what it is?
I think it was caused by some dumbass, stupid Republicans that wanted to...
I'm telling you exactly what I said on my podcast. And it was early. I said, man, they talking about January 6th arrest. I said, I think it was just a bunch of dumbass white folks listening to Trump.
I don't think that.
But listen what I'm saying. If it was about government,
they twisted his words. The Republicans twisted his words. It would be just like me getting mad at you because you beat me. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Let me give you what's really going on, and maybe you'll see a different. You go see it the way you see it regardless. But watch this. This is what they saying right now.
All right.
You got the Republican Party.
Yep.
You got the Democratic Party. And then you got MAGA. They separating MAGA from the Republican Party. Because think about it.
Yep.
For one, and I'm just, you know how we don't see color. But if that had been a bunch of niggas rushing that Capitol, it'd have been a fucking slaughter. But you got people, and they going through cameras. They prosecuting these motherfuckers every day. You done had people in the middle. This supposed to be a democracy. Everybody's supposed to have a voice. That shit was uncalled for. And it's all because he told people that they cheated him out the election, which the proof is in the pudding. They never did. Vote by vote, that nigga lost.
Yeah, but also, Trump was wrong to say what he said. He didn't put this.
And then that's another thing he on trial for. It ain't even about all this shit. He on trial about that because they saying what's going on while these motherfuckers storming the Capitol. And why you didn't come out there and say, hey, Allah get y'all ass back. And then these motherfuckers done. What you putting your feet up on the desk, taking signs, and that shit ain't got nothing to do with none of that. No. If you feel like your vote didn't count, that shit ain't. Once again, I think I called it right. It was a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, a bunch of crazy ass white folks listening to Trump storm the Capitol. That's how
he never said storm the Capitol.
He might not, but he never stopped it.
He never stopped it, but it's just like in the heat.
And people got killed, though.
It's like in the heat of battle, heat of a moment, you run your mouth and say something, and you can't turn it around quick enough. 90%
of the motherfuckers did not stay in Washington, D.C.
Hell no.
So, he led the insurrection. His words, because I watched the debate, they said, well, can you denounce the Pride Boys and this and that and that? And he said, stand down, stay ready, or some shit like that. And you supposed to be a fucking leader, bro. You don't do no shit like that. Even if I want somebody to come kick somebody's ass and do it, you don't do that. You supposed to be the fucking leader.
Yep.
But then I think the only reason, this is my personal opinion, I think the only reason he's trying to run for office again, so he can pardon himself to get out all the goddamn charges he got. How'd you wrong 34 times? Well, you might be wrong with Billy. Come on now, I ain't buying that.
You ain't wrong 34 times. But all this shit is because of politics. Who gives a shit? I don't.
We should.
The only thing I give a shit about is what went on in the Capitol. All this shit with that whatever.
And then they might have called you that shit crazy. You trying to the Capitol building, and then watch me just prove my point. And you done been around me, you done been around my people. Ain't my people good people?
Mm-hmm.
How many of them motherfuckers were black?
I don't know.
I'm talking.
I would say very few.
Yeah, but if we get the bad rep, we get shot down by police and bullshit. But we really not. You stay here with us. That what I say. This your house, just like my house.
Yeah, but
I think it's just a little fucked up.
It's just like
the minorities got a back end of it.
But it's just like if I got charged and you got charged,
I'm gonna get more years than you,
right?
And that's bullshit.
And
you might have more serious crime than I did.
That's right. But how do I want to put this? It's not.
Put it however you want to put it.
I'm thinking about it.
Don't think about it.
Our penal system is so screwed up.
I agree.
Because they're giving people that don't need the majority of the time. They're taking the black males, which should be spending time with their family, over stuff that somebody should spend 12, 14 months in. They send them somewhere for 8 or 10 years.
I agree with you.
It took them away from their family and the kids. Who's raising that kid? The mother can't do it by herself, so the grandma's helping. The grandma's too old to do it. The great-grandma's helping. And they still can't make ends meet because he's not making any money. Some of them deserve to be there. Some of them deserve the max. But we're putting our black role models.
And then I'm going to help you out. Sometimes them black role models, because I feel like I'm one, they put themselves in the position to be jammed up in the system. And they should have the knowledge to know. Don't get jammed up because they go categorize you like you the average.
Yeah,
we run.
Our penal system.
Boy, I wish we had more time.
Our penal system's so screwed up in this country.
We've
got more people in the per capita.
And the motherfuckers that ain't in there need to be in there. And the motherfuckers in there. You got a motherfucking crackhead. He forgot eating and smoking last rock, and you get this motherfucker 10, 15 years. He's just a crackhead.
You know what? Only thing I got against drugs is it's illegal, and we're charging people way too much time. Now, it's these people that got the drugs, and I mean drugs.
But I'm at the end of it, man. I got pissed so bad.
I want to talk about that some on our next.
Yeah, I don't even know. I still got to label it, bitch. You can help me label it. But this been another episode of Polo's POV, and I'm gonna say starring Billy B. That'll work.
That'll work.
Polo's POV starring Billy B. I don't even know what that is. It's telling me something. But until next time, be good and be safe. Peace. Say it with me. Be good and be safe. Peace.